have a prepared speech, part really of the things that I would want to talk about the, uh, this moment, but meron lang po akong gustong idagdag. I want to add something. You know, I was a frequent traveler early on because I was studying in here, Manila. I am from the province, but I taking up my AB and law in the city of Manila. And I remember that every time a big somebody takes off or lands using the airports, flights are suspended sometimes up to 3 hours. Then during Ramos's time, it took only one. And every time there's a delay, I must admit, it pisses me off because, you never know. There is no previous advice that there's going to be somebody who would be using the airport and you have to stop traffic altogether. So when I was campaigning, I also made the queue in the airport sometimes for almost 1 hour. And so I said that if ever, God willing, I was then campaigning, this thing would be a thing of the past. Because ngayon, ang binibigay lang rin sa akin, I never asked for it. But Kaap gave me just the privilege, if I'm around, to makasingit lang ako. I am just an ordinary citizen, of which I am really just a worker of government and should be enjoying no special favor. Ako yung parang pinapauna lang nila. But as you might want to know, there's no such thing as a waiting period if I go in and out of airports. I am a worker of government and I do not see why I should be, and everybody else in this government working for the people, to have special privileges. Their life is as important as yours. And mabuti pa sila, tayo, kasi kung matumba ka dyan, mayroon mong vice president, yung ordinaryong tao dyan, wala. He's maybe just the sole breadwinner of the family, and if he goes, he goes. But the thing is, I want to people realize that everybody of us here are workers of government, and we serve the people, and we are paid to do that. Second is there was also a time when I was around and there was a breakdown in the radar system, and the flights were given a little bit of a leeway, an elbow room almost every 5 minutes because of, to prevent accidents. And I thought when I first, during the first few meetings in the cabinet, I told the Secretary Tugade na baka kailangan mo, no? I like the things that are as they are now. But kung ito, I'm sure it's a huge leap in the improvement of the services regarding security and surveillance. Very good. But I would want you to just, or if it is there already, then just let it pass by your ears. May reserve ba kayo? So there has to be a reserve, something, because things really break down. You know, the Murphy's Law. If things can go wrong, it will go wrong. And one day, or every day, it happens everywhere. And an airport is no exception. And there's a breakdown, it's almost mechanical. It moves, and there's always a time for breakdown. That it will not be repeated the last time that you have to make a queue or have to endlessly circle the skies or go to Pampanga to find the relief. Yun ang importante ho doon. And of course, it will, one, improve security and the safety and security of the people. I'm also reminded of the serious threat now, but I hope that you have raised the awareness, not only the senses of, and maybe just it's good to anticipate that there's going to be one in the coming days about terrorism. I'd like to blow up our people convergence and also converge in airports, Pantalan, Park, because of what happened in the Mindanao provinces today. As I have said, we have the threat remaining, and martial law improves the whole entire gamut of the movement of people in Mindanao because it's a little bit safe. And my guidance to the security forces of government, the AFP and PNP, is that in this matter of security against terrorism, it will be no quarters asked, no quarters given. And so that's the thing that I used to fly when I was young, but I discontinued it, but I had a good number of hours enjoying the skies in Davao when I was young. So all of these things, I'd like to be you guys sharp on the success of terrorism and security, and maybe a continuous service, even with the breakdown staring at your face, eyeball to eyeball. So you must have something back to back you up, just to do the service that we are now delivering to the people. I do not want government personnel to enjoy, workers in government, not officials. We are all workers in government. I do not want workers of government, including me, to enjoy special privileges, at least during my time. I do not want to put that veil of which separates a president from the people and even in the services. Were it not for the fact that I have to honor so many commitments a day, I have to use the helicopters. Why? Because it's cheaper. At the end of the day, when you compute the gasolines, the diesels consumed, while waiting for the presidential convoy to pass, it disturbs the normal, all that's already convoluted traffic of Manila. So ayaw kong the least of to a disturbance that is caused by my movement. So I take the helicopter. Yung helicopter naman, hindi masyado. Kung i-compute mo doon sa lahat ng gasolina at na yung mag-aandar ng mga machines, you'd find out that we are maybe on the right decision to at least the very least inconvenience that's caused to the people. And then again, I don't know if it's the proper venue to be talking about it, but I am on a purging spree, and I will continue to do this. I suppose I'd be doing it tomorrow. I'll be firing more people from government. And those who are into the wanderlust or itchy for travel and wasting the many things that you do there without necessarily an impact on the lives of the people, better think of resigning. Those who made trips more than 20 a year, that's too much. So I will be asking almost all of them to maybe just step down. Unless, of course, I have this commission for you to do something for the country and for the people. So, ganun ho yung takbo ng ating gobyerno. I do not pretend to be the most honest or clean, hypocritical stand before. I have many faults too, plenty. But money has never been an issue. Even during the years of my service as mayor of my city for almost 23 years. Counting it all, it's about 40 time when I was a congressman and a vice. All of these things are, alam mo, gusto kong kausapin kasi sa Davao pinag-iisipan ko talaga to. All of these things that are really, including media and everything. You know, nandito sila si Renada, si Pia. Listen very carefully. Yung re-release ninyo. We never had a hand, and I don't give a shit if you continue or not continue with your network. We never had a hand of, except those people who have been attacking us below the belt on almost the trash line. You were around during the last election. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. If you're trying to, throw garbage at us, then the least that we can do to explain is, how about you? Are you also clean? And that's happened during the many issues about Inquirer. Sumubra kayo eh. Talagang hindi lang garbage, pati the spoil is in the toilet bowl na eh. Kaya nung nakita ko, ganun pala kayo, at hindi na pala kayo santo, pati kayo have been plundering government with your non-payment of taxes and hanging on to the property of government way beyond the years of the contract you're supposed to relinquish the property. Ngayon magano, so use media as your cover, as your influence. And all along, ganun pala kayo. You have not paid your taxes. And your taxes from billions, it's reduced to just million. Akala mo kasi, lahat kami dito mga taga-gobyerno magnanakaw at kayo yung mga oligarch, mga putang ina ninyo. Akala ninyo malinis kayo. So kung magmakalinis ka sa mundong ito, whether you are a family, an elite of the society, the 400 of society, they say, magkalinis lang kayo. Magsige kayo dipinsa ng mga amo ninyo, puro corrupt rin. And I remember DBP used to be a very, and after a group of companies got the loans and had the loans condoned because of power. Tapos tayo dito nagmumurahan, kayong mga media dyan, pa dito, tayo ang kawawa. Yung mga amo ninyo, yung they are the ones who benefit at the end of the day. Kayong mga gamitin nyo, konsensya ninyo. Just also be circumspect about using easily words. Wala kaming pakialam dyan. Neither a hint. Yung sinabi ko lang totoo yun, was the first time. But we never followed anything. Remember that the composition of SEC ngayon is puro Aquino yan. About 5, I only appointed 1. So, how could it be political? Basta kayo, wala akong pakialam dyan. I mean, you have been throwing trash and shit all around, but binabayaan ko, wala mo kayo nakialam. But then, may nasilip ka, yan nga ang mahirap. Pag nasilip kayo na mayroon pala kayong butt of the matter sabihin naman ninyong harassment, kalukuhan. Kung kami ang magmura, masama. Kung kayo ang gumawa ng kalukuhan ninyo, okay kayo. It's not, in this country, the issue is not press freedom. The issue is abuse of the elite and those in power. Yan ang issue dyan. You can go to the radio station and even pay your time and you can say what you want. Mylong, 50 years, another 50 years, taxes not paid until now, donuts from billions reduced by Hinares to just millions. Ayaw din yung tanggapin. Then did you keep on defending kayo? So, tatanungin ko, what's your sense of value? Kami ganun man rin. Let us be very, very circumspect about this thing. I'd like to apologize for the outrage with our guest there. I know that this structure that we have now is a good one, and with or without batting an eyelash, I would say that JICA played a very important role, the government of Japan and the people. I'd like to thank you. And yesterday, I was also in Davao City to preside over the turnover of almost, the JICA gave us about 26 Montero. Mabuti pa ang pulis, luxury car pa. Tingnan mo yung, kayo taga Davao, I still use the pickup. Pero sabi ko, ito mga pulis na ito. But the secret there is really maintenance. If you are strict with maintenance, then the things that you buy, I do not go for, let me make this announcement again. There are a lot of things that I have to change and face the challenge of the moment. Itong korupsyon ng gobyerno, itong public bidding na lowest bid, I don't know why all of us thinking Filipinos, millions of us, has or have until now tolerated this source of corruption every day. Alam mo, pag they just, I said, there's a cartel there of idiots na they just go to from one city to another or province and play golf and wait for news about a bidding that's being conducted somewhere. They just congregate there, then pretend to be bidders, at ibabagsak nila yung presyo. So pagbaba nila, they have to pay the mayor, the governor, the barangay captain, the engineers. Ayun, then you get the product that's not really even worth a third of what government really has. Yan ang problema dyan. Sa Davao, maraming completed projects. The highways in the Philippines are clogged with unfinished products. And accidents multiply because of the sheer negligence also of the people handling the project. This insanity must stop. Either COA and Congress must realize that, or we will never, never Kung ayaw nila, ako na lang ang mag-alis kung ganun. Because every day that a certain contract is bidded out, it's always tainted with corruption. 90%. You could hardly find a transaction there that's almost clean. So what I propose to do is the turnkey basis. We will come up with the specifications, the projected cost and everything, and we will just like a Swiss challenge. We will present it to you. I'll give you 10% for mobilization, but you must be a company with a track record. You must have the equipment, and I will not allow subcontracts, which means to say that those few people have also improved their lives, maybe have reached the middle income state because of that. But I'm sorry that I have to stop it because we are suffering. May isang project sa Davao that has been there, yung sa Santa Cruz, pati itong sa North Diversion. Hindi pa ako presidente, nandyan yan po hanggang ngayon. Sabi ko, if you have the contract, when you incur a delay of 30 days, I'll take over. I'll give it to another contractor, which has the money to continue, and I will not pay you. You go to court. Then we will fight it out. Anyway, you can drag the case here for 20 years. By that time, patay na ako. And so with the others. A delay of 30 days, if you're not on time, it is automatically cancelled. And we will give it to another. So, ang yayaman nito, those who really benefit are those who have the equipments and the money now to start it. Well, that's a privilege which I have to give because there's nothing else to offer. Wala eh. Kung continue itong bidding, it's all cluttered, even in Manila. You look at Quezon City. Even the local governments. Tingnan mo yung mga drainage nila, yung mga manholes nila na no early warning devices, no safety measures taken, and everybody's falling down, and no one gets the blame, and everything charges it to experience. I have about 4 years. Sabihin ko na lang siya, a simple statement. I said, do not do it during my watch. Pabor lang. I plead to everybody, do not do it during my watch. Wag sa panahon ko. Wait for another 4 years, then you can go back to your marriage. But not sa aking panahon. Parang ma-insulto ako niyan. Because then all the promises that I made, a lot of saliva has been wasted for that. Tapos I will just end up just like any son of a bitch who once administered the affairs of the country for nothing. Not during my watch. Wag sa panahon ko. Talagang maghabulan tayo. And you can, sabi ninyo marami akong kasama. Go ahead. That's what I said. You can dig. I do not mind. Puro naman yan. What you got really, but there's no order yet in court. It will come out someday. But I will not give you that pleasure now because you will distract me. Sinabi ko sa inyo, wala ako ganong kalaki. Wala akong ganong kalaki. And, well, of course, the central bank said you made the competitions, but you never got any written legal authority to extract something from mine. And I will not give it to you for your pleasure. You want me to get evidence from my mouth? You must be awfully stupid to do that. And And I will be an idiot as a lawyer also to give you the pleasure of wasting my time. So I will review with the cabinet this week all public works projects which have been delayed for years. You get out immediately, and I can maybe look for the money. Uh, we're doing good in the field of taxation. I'm sure Tugade and Dominguez can look for the money. No? Umalis kayo dyan, yung lahat ng butas, yung may manhole dyan. I'll give you, and may I warn also I'm warning the local government officials. I do not want to threaten you, but you just do your duty also. Because remember, I can always suspend or dismiss you if I want to. I've been sparing. I'm not the ombudsman, but administratively, I can hang you. So do it. Those governors and mayors who are deadwood or who do nothing, at hinayaan mo na lang kami dito mga police, pati the armed forces to take care of everything, and you are not doing anything to serve your constituents, including dying for your people, umalis kayo dyan. Yung takot na mamatay, takot na magkasakit, ayaw get out. I said, not during my time. Wag sa panahon ko. So may I just read to do service also to the guy who may prepare the speech. I am happy to join you today as we launch our new Communications, Navigation, Surveillance, and Air Traffic Management, or CNS ATM system. This is the answer to the calls of a much-needed upgrade in our country's inadequate and aging air navigation systems, which lags behind those of our neighbors in the regions. On behalf of the Filipino people, we thank our Japanese partners at JICA for funding this very important project, which will enhance the safety, reliability, and the efficiency of the air traffic service in the country. I said I was there with the ambassador. 26 and they equipped the climb laboratory. Mayroon ng DNA doon. So we did not go to Manila. I said, Secretary Anya was with me. The DLG was with me and the other police officers. We're doing good now. At kung hindi lang i-corrupt yung pera na yan, mapupunta talaga sa tao yan. The building is stupendous. It's 50 billion given by Cayetano. Hindi naman siya lugi sa Davao. He won there overwhelmingly. I hope that next time he will win. Together with the advisor on baka gusto. To the efforts of the Department of Transportation and the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, we were able to complete this project by end of last year and expect to do it fully operational this year. This is an important milestone in the modernization and expansion of our aviation program and will complement the Build program that will usher in an unprecedented golden age of infrastructure development in the country. Pati kita mo yung mga the choice awards ng mga rara boys ng any government, meron yan sila that will usher the unprecedented golden age. Meron magamit ka na mga golden age, dapat butas-butas yung mga putang inang para kang gago dito. So, I would just also assume my staff na if we are at really sure of harvesting a golden age product by the end of the year, do not use that word again. Baka gawin mong copper. As we roll out more big-ticket infrastructure initiatives in the next months, I ask for our people's patience, understanding, and support. Through the cooperation of our people and our private sector partners, we can soon ease out transportation woes and pave the way for a more industrialized Philippines. Yung sa Tanimbala, it's a very complicated, seems to be na merong just a select few there. Ako basta sinabi ko, hindi ako nagyayabang. Puta na pag nahuli kita doon pag nasa kamera ka, ipapakain ko talaga sa iyan. I'll bring you somewhere in the Pasay River, doon sa lancha ko na karag-karag. Papiliin kita kung saan ka kainin mo yan o I ask for, through the cooperation of our people and the private sector partners, we can soon ease our transportation woes and pave the way for a more industrialized Philippines. As we regain the people's trust in government through anti-criminality, anti-corruption initiatives, we can now look forward to the implementation and completion of major infrastructure projects that will bring us closer as a people and enhance the quality of life for all Filipinos. This week, I will fire about 49 policemen and 3 generals. And if you want to, kung gusto mong sumali doon, kayo. I said, please, not during my time. Wag ko sa panahon ko kasi magkakahiyaan tayo. Maraming salamat po.
Thank